Hello everyone, I'm Christian and welcome to my reflection video. In this presentation, I'll be sharing my insight and learnings from several videos that focus on the fascinating process of chip manufacturing, the challenges of making chips, photolithography, how CPUs are made, and the future trends in computer engineering. So, the first is the chip manufacturing. So when I first watched the video about the chip manufacturing, I was really amazed and at how detailed and precise the process is. We often use computers and phones every day, but we rarely think about how the tiny chip inside was actually made. So, from that video, I learned that chip manufacturing that starts with a wafer made from pure silicon, and every step like layering, etching, and testing must be done in a clean room environment. Even a single dust particle can ruin the whole process. And it made me realize that creating a simple or single microchip requires not just machines but also extreme precision, teamwork, or and years of research. As a computer engineering student, uh, it opened my eyesight that the hardware we use today is a result of thousands of engineers and scientists working together behind the scenes. So, why chip making is so hard? In this second video, explain why making chips is one of the hardest thing in the modern technology. The process is not only expensive and it also incredibly complicated. I learned that the modern chips have billions of transistors, and the manufacturing process requires accuracy at the nanometer level, smaller than the size of a virus. What really caught my attention is how even a microscopic defect can make a chip useless. It made me think that the recent computers are getting faster but also more expensive. Hmm. It's because of the challenges in scaling down the transistor size while keeping performance stable. So, it's not just the design but also about physics, chemistry, and engineering all work all working together. Now I understand why companies like TSMC, Intel, and Samsung invest billions of dollars in this research and equipment, because the chip is making is truly one of the hardest engineering feats in the world. So in the third photolithography, the third video, photolithography really focus on one of the most important process in making chips. It's like printing circuits using light, a very high-tech and delicate process. And from what I understood, photol photolithography is where engineers transfer patterns from a photomask into a silicon wafer using light and chemicals. That precisions needed here um, needed here is mind-blowing. Imagine they are drawing tiny circuits path thousands of times smaller than a human hair. I realized that photolithography is like the heart of a chip manufacturing. It defines how small and efficient a chip can become. It also made me appreciate how innovation never stop. New methods are what you call these new methods like EUV, extreme ultraviolet lithography, are being developed to make even smaller and faster chips. For me, This part shows the creativity and intelligence of engineers, turning light itself into a tool for designing the future. So in the fourth video, um, in the fourth video, how CPU is made. Watching a what you call this? Watching how a CPU made gave me a deeper appreciation for the device we use daily. The video shows that CPUs through um, go through CPUs go through hundreds of steps from a raw silicon to testing and finally packaging. I was amazed that at how how um how layer upon layers of transistor wires and circuits are built on a single chip to perform millions of calculation per second. So, per second. So, the most interesting part of me was the testing. Testing phase where only the chips that pass strictly quality control are in use in products like laptops or servers. It's crazy to think that something so small is actually the brain of every computer system. Have this made me realize how hardware and software depend on each other. The CPU provides the power, but it's our job as a computer engineer to design and optimize system that use it effectively. So, in the fifth video, the future trends of the computer engineering, finally, in that video about the future trends in computer engineering gave me a glimpse of where technology is heading. So it's like a roadmap of a computer engineering, and honestly, it's both exciting and challenging. Technologies like artificial intelligence, quantum computing, 5G, Internet of Things, blockchain, robotics, and nanotechnology, and etc. are already shaping the future. Especially in our course, computer engineering, we must rise, we must think, we must innovate, and we must do some research to expand our knowledge about that. And it made me realize that the role of a computer engineering um, is constantly evolving. We can't just rely on what we know today or what we think in our everyday lifestyle, in everyday lesson. We have to keep learning and adapting. So in that case, we must innovate more, and we must overcome our barrier to think and or to reshape our mind about technologies. So for me, um my 1K takeaway for me is that innovation never stops. Every day, technology builds upon the foundation of past breakthrough, like the chips, the chips we learn earlier, in the coming years, engineers won't just design computers. They just build smart technologies, sustainable technologies, and human-centered system that integrate both hardware and software in a smarter ways. So, as a computer engineer, the knowledge is not just limiting it itself. So, it just the more it pass the year, the more it innovate. So for now, as of now, the our country is provided by technologies. Everything we can see in our surroundings is technology, like doors using smart doors that we can't just open manually. It just open automatically. So not just by ourselves, but just in our surrounded, apply the technologies. So that's it. Thank you for listening in my reflection video. So I'm Christian from Institute of Technology. Thank you for listening and have a great day.